What's up, YouTube? It's a beautiful sunny day, and I'm going to be testing the firedial. Once again, this will be my third time cooking on it. My cover blew off and some water got in, so it's a little discolored on the inside, but I cleaned it all up. But so I'm gonna cook on this again. My first video, the temperatures were pretty high, so I'm going to try and see if I can get those temperatures to come down to a good 250 on the top thermometer reading. I'm also put my heat probes on the top and bottom rack. I'm going to do some country style ribs and some peach habanero chicken wings while I have this going. So I got the fire starter over here and the chimney going with some charcoal. In here I have some lump hardwood, really big pieces I had to break because that's all I had left. So I had to break those down into smaller pieces, and I have some hickory and pecan wood chunks on the inside. So after that gets good and hot, I'll go ahead and put it on top of the lump hardwood and get this set up. Now this is already starting to warp. I said that in the last video. As you can see, it's not that thick, but it is starting to warp after only 3 times or 2 times that I've used it. So let's see how it holds up. All right, be back. So I got everything going. I got the charcoal on top of the unlit lump coals. So it's coming up to temperature pretty quick. So right now we're at 275 on the top thermometer. And the top grade is 264 and the bottom grade is 275 and climbing. So I have the bottom vents closed that much all around, and top vent's wide open. So I'm gonna give it about 30 minutes to settle down before I put the food on, and then see if I can get this temperature to stay at a lower heat range. Okay, it's been 30 minutes and it seems to have settled in where it's going to stay at for most of the cook. Right now it's at 275 on this lid thermometer. Interestingly, different than the last time, the top grade is at 277 and the bottom grade is at 288. Last time they were pretty much top and bottom were 3-degree difference. Today I'm not getting that, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and get some meat on here in a little while. A lot of the white smoke has died down, and we got a good smoke trail coming out. Let me check this one. Yep, 277 and 288. I do have 2 of the bottom dampers closed completely, and one of them, I think, is that one, open that much. Top vent's wide open. I may close the top vent a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that and see what happens. So we got it about halfway. Yeah, we're gonna say halfway open on the top. So 275 there. Still 277, 288 top and bottom. Okay, since closing down the top vent, the temperatures come down to 265, 270. And on the top rack, it is also at 270, and the bottom rack is 279. So I'm not sure what's going on with the heat differences compared to the first time, but that's what it is right now with the fire dial on the inside. So right now it's at 268. Just dropped down to 268 on the top vent. I mean the top rack, and still 279 on the bottom. I'll get a few more minutes before I put some food on here. All right, it's been an hour since I got everything started. We're at 265 on the dome thermometer, and then we got 261 on the top grate and 270 on the bottom grate. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the food on. I may have to adjust the vents and the dampers once I get everything on, because it'll drop the temperature, and then we'll let it do its thing and see how the fire dial does. Okay, so everything's on. Got the country style ribs. Probably can't see the wings down there, but they are. So we're gonna wait for everything to come back up and see where we're at sitting with the temperature. Currently, top rack is at 149, bottom rack is at 163. Both are rising up. So now that I have the food on, we're back up to 275 on the top lid thermometer. I did have the vents open, and I closed them back down to where two dampers are closed and the other one is just cracked slightly open. However, now instead of the top grate being the lowest, it is now higher at 270. That's 5 degrees cooler than the lid. And then the bottom grate is 261 with the chicken wings. Interesting. It's been about 2 hours. So we got 240 on the top lid, 241 on the top grate, and 234 on the bottom grate. You can definitely hear the juices sizzling on the fire dial. But other than that, this is where it's been sitting maybe the last 40 minutes. Again, completely different numbers from the time I started up until now than compared to when I tested it the last time in the last video. So it only took 2 hours for everything to even out. Top rack is 248, bottom rack is 248. And we have 250 on the lid. So all three zones seem to be pretty much even. Like I said, it took 2 hours. So let's see where I have the vents at. So the vent on here is on the top is wide open. The bottom is open that much on this side, and the other two dampers are closed. All right, so I'm gonna let this finish cooking, and if anything changes, I'll come back and let you guys know. For the sake of speeding things up, because I am running out of daylight, I'm going to finish everything off on the grill. They're almost done. So it's about 260 on the top readings, and then we got pretty much even temps. 252 on the top and bottom rack. Same settings on the dampers and the top vent. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it over here. Get a nice little charcoal flavor added to them, and then that'll be that for tonight, because I'm gonna smoke some ribs on this tomorrow. So I'm gonna shut everything down and save some of the coals that are in there. So all in all, I'm gonna say the fire dial is good at giving you even temperatures compared to the water pan, and it does run hotter than the water pan. Having a water pan in, and you would just try to control that with your bottom dampers and your top vent to get whatever temperature it is you need. For me, this is fine. I usually cook around this when I do have the water pan, and everything comes out just fine. All right, hope this was helpful. Again, this is the Lava Lock fire dial for the Weber Smokey Mountain. This is the 18.5 inch. I'll show you guys the food. All right, so they're the country style ribs. They're pretty big. They're on sale at my local food line, so I grabbed the pack. Then these are the wings. These are on the bottom rack, right above the fire dial, and it didn't really burn the skin or anything due to those even temperatures, I guess. So I can probably start using the bottom grate on my Weber Smokey Mountain because I never really did. And then here's the fire dial. You know, it's got some grease residue on it from the food that was cooking, but I'll scrub that off once everything calms down. It's still a little hot. And I've had the lid off for about 5 minutes, and it's starting to develop another fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. And excuse the grates, I didn't want to put them on the ground. But I'm going to close it up, close the vents down, and save what I can for tomorrow's ribs. All right, thank you.